Okay, now it's not good morning, now it's good afternoon. Continue eating. I'm only doing this because we've been asked so much about our strategic plan. So the goal right now is just to tell you about the strategic plan that the U.S. Council has put in place so that you know what we're doing. And if you have questions, you know who to talk to. So you know what our mission is, to foster and affirm vocations to the priesthood and vow religious life, and thereby grow in our holiness. That is the basis of the whole strategic plan. But the vision through the strategic plan is by 2035 to become recognized as the worldwide resource for supporting religious vocations. Now, how did this come about? Back in August of 2023, the United States Council met with Serra International, and all of the other councils throughout the world were also invited to come and just begin brainstorming about who we were, where we were going, what we wanted to be. And that's how the strategic plan came about, and that's where that vision and goal comes from. The Serra International sort of got a template that they sent to every single council in the world and said, use this template and begin to develop your own strategic plan, because the U.S. Council in the United States, the Council in the United States looks different. It has different concerns than like the Council in Canada or the Council in Mexico or the Council in Brazil. So we had to take that template and then give our own spin to it. But the goal and the vision stayed the same. So by 2035, to become recognized as the worldwide resource for supporting religious vocations, and then that overarching goal for 3 years, foster a culture of vocations to the ministerial priesthood among parishes, schools, and families. And I said that to you this morning. So that is the same for every council throughout the world. For us, our strategic plan looks like this. So we have 3 goals, and the first goal was to increase awareness of the work of Serra at all levels. So get everyone throughout the United States to know what it is that we do and why we do it. Our second goal was to improve local club engagement at the parish level. We've been doing a lot of talking, and I'm hearing it from you and like our club presidents. How do we engage at that parish level to get parishes involved and knowing what our work is? And then finally, goal 3 was to expand the support for Serra clubs. Now, we only have 3 years to do this. That's a lot. So we sort of brainstormed with the U.S. Council and decided that the best thing to do was to sort of break it out a little bit. And for this year, for 1 year, so starting last June to this June, we're only working on that goal 3, which is expand support for Serra clubs. Because if we are not paying attention to the lowest level, we're not going to be successful. So we felt it was really critical for us to pay attention to what's going on in our local Serra clubs. So for 1 year, we're just working on the local clubs. And with that, there are like 4 different priorities when we start working with our local Serra clubs. And that first one was develop different possible structures and formats for Serra clubs to allow flexibility for local cultures and traditions. So we had to find out what's going on with our local Serra clubs. So many of you got surveys from me. So we developed a survey. Yeah, raise your hands if you got a survey. Good people, yes. Raise your hand if you returned the survey. Oh, love it. Thank you so much. Yes, because we decided we needed to really find out what was going on with our regional directors, our district governors, and our local clubs. So 100% of the regional governors returned their survey. Regional governors, amazing. 90, amazing. our district governors, hey, 65% of district governors returned their survey. And our club presidents, 62% of you returned the survey. So now we've got a good feel of what's going on. One of this look at different possible structures. And I mentioned this yesterday, and I'll say it again today. We were kind of, we have a vision of, okay, this is what the structure of a local Serra club looks like. You've got a vice president of vocations, a vice president of programs, a vice president of all that. And we said, oh, they should be doing this and this and this, and they should know, some of the structure of Serra. We discovered that most of our clubs are doing really well. Some of our clubs are exemplary, and some of them have some challenges. So the U.S. Council, we're going to be working on helping our clubs that have some challenges to be the best that they can be. But at the same time, looking at awarding those clubs that are doing stellar work and making them a banner club or a star club or something. And we'll be looking at how to do that. But we also uncovered different structures. And the one, and I'm going to point them out, Barrington.
Chicago.
Yes, Chicago. We expected, we're supposed to have a vice president of vocations and programs, and they have a director of the appropriate duty. I was like, what? And then they had a director of parents. But it works for them because their club has so many parents of seminarians and priests that it's not what we would think of as a traditional club. So it's a new model, and I think it's so exciting to see the new models. Our club in Crookston, normally we like clubs to meet once a month and then you're still sitting around a meal, but the Crookston, they're kind of spread out a lot. So they're doing their meetings virtually because of the distance. So we're learning new models, and that's things that we can be sharing with you. So that was the first priority. Our second priority, develop an internal mechanism to assess and improve clubs. So as we said, we thought, oh, this is what a club should look like. So Mike Downey, God bless him, right over there. Mike Downey came and said, this is what a healthy club looks like. So now we're looking at that, and as I said, how can we help those clubs that might be having some challenges? And really award those clubs and point them out, the clubs that are doing a phenomenal job. And then our third priority was strengthen programs and materials that foster and support vocations and the personal call to holiness. This is a big one. I said it this morning. It's that personal call to holiness that we should be paying attention to, because all our efforts will be for nil if we're neglecting our own spiritual well-being. So part of that comes from our programs that we have in clubs. So I know Gino, who's our program, vice president of programs, Gino's looking at what's working really well with some of our clubs. And the idea too of clubs doing retreats. How many of you have sponsored a retreat? Your club sponsors a retreat. Outstanding. Because we want that to take that time to attend to our own personal holiness. So we're looking at that and probably giving some great ideas on how to put on a retreat, or how to, what was the other one? Oh, memorial masses, and really honoring some of our Serrans who have passed away.
The Holy Hour for Vocations.
Oh, and the Holy Hour for Vocations, yes, every club. Well, and we want to inspire and make sure every club is doing that Holy Hour, a monthly Holy Hour for Vocations. And then our final, fourth priority was enrich and expand Serra Club meetings and activities through the informed use of technology. So that Club Express, how many of you have been on Club Express? Let me just see hands, be honest here. Okay, excellent. How many of you can really use it well? Let me see hands. This is nice. So the first thing we did was a Club Express training run by Barbara and Gio for the board. Because you know what, we can't talk about Club Express if we haven't used it. So Barbara and Gio did a wonderful session for us, and then I think last week they did another session for club presidents and district governors. So we're paying attention to Club Express and making sure that you can use it, because the information that we need is in there, and you have to put it in. So continue with, making sure everybody can use Club Express. Another thing is the Serra Spark website. It's like a hidden treasure, and we'll have a presentation by our Vice President of Vocations, who cannot travel, so she's in Baltimore, well, she's in Arlington, and so Suzanne, our secretary, is going to be giving that presentation. But that Spark website is amazing. That's where all those tools for vocations are. So, first thing we did, was it last week, 2 weeks ago, we did a Spark website training for the board, because they've got to know it too. They need to be acquainted with those tools. And we're planning one soon for club presidents and district governors. So we really want to make sure that you know what you're doing. And then this social media for information and publicity. We're challenging our communications committee and our Chicago office to come up with some wonderful resources that clubs can use as far as different pieces for publicity, maybe for your Catholic newspapers. So this is stuff that you will be seeing and being able to use right away. How can you help? Become acquainted with the plan. If you have not filled out a survey, you got a survey from me, please fill out the survey. I actually got one yesterday, so I now have, instead of 120, I have 120. Where are you, Tim? Was it Tim? He's not gonna raise his hand. Right back there, he's looking at me, but he's not. Okay, so no. But he did give me a survey yesterday, so if you haven't done it, please send in your surveys, any other information. And if you would like a copy of the compiled results from that, I'm happy to share it. Just email me, and I'm happy to let you see some of the wonderful things that were said. I mean, we had some really nice compliments, but then also some challenges, which will be helpful for us. I'm going to be around, and so will the other board members. So oh yes, Gina?
We should identify, just so they know where to find us.
Have the board members
stand up, please. They're here. So if you've got questions about the strategic plan or you need any more information, please see one of them. Now you may go back eating and you're getting dessert.